My next guest says that Jay Powell hates being a villain, so inflation numbers are mysteriously falling into line to give him the cover he needs to cut this summer. I want to bring in now green tech research investment analyst and portfolio manager Hilary Kramer. So Hilary, so you're suggesting then that somehow the data is going to be there, enough of change in the data. I think it's going to be an employment number. I think unemployment rate 4.1 is the Fed will cut off of that, but it's going to work out, and we still could see a cut in July.
We will see a cut.
Or at least September.
I would definitely, we know September will happen because Jay Powell wants to keep that job, wants that to be in that passage of power, right? He wants to keep that. And so the only way he can do it is to cut. But I think, Charles, we could very well see a cut in July, even with the market racing to new all-time highs. We could still see, as you said, whether it's an employment number, whether inflation surprises everyone again and continues to drop, even though all of our insurances are rising,
right.
Rents are rising
right.
for, especially all those that are graduating school and trying to make it.
Right.
But he'll find a way. The numbers just conveniently worked out.
It's interesting. I had this conversation with Bianco earlier in the show. He mentioned there are 2 times that happened, and the market went ballistic because, of course, the market loves it, but the hangover from that is not great. It won't be great for Main Street, would it?
It wouldn't be, and that's why, Charles, from the very beginning, Charles, you were calling for rate increases when we really needed them,
right.
And then we're just so behind.
We're behind.
And trying to catch up, and that's when you fall off the bicycle.
You've been imploring folks to get out of cash and put that money to work in the market, right?
I have, yes.
What's the central argument? Someone saying, hey, I'm still making 5% on my CD.
Well, what we're going to see, obviously, our rates are going to come down.
Rates are going to come down. Right.
But there's this rotation. There are so many stocks that are undervalued that are out there that are opportunities that could end up being doubles. So that's what we're looking for.
I'm glad you brought that up because it feels like most guests have to, we talk about maybe 2 stocks, maybe 20 stocks in a week, right? That's almost everyone has the same stock ideas, and I'm looking at all kinds of names that you never hear anyone talk about on TV that are up huge, and so to your point, there's a lot of opportunities out there no one talks about.
Oh, absolutely. There's so many, especially whether it be these Israeli stocks that have come down hard, especially, I just have to mention Elbit Systems, for example, which
right.
we've been watching for over 2 decades right. now, which is an Israeli defense company that upgrades all the cockpits and all of the technology, and this stock is down 1% in the last 12 months going into a world of
Speaking of Israeli stocks, you gave us Oddity in April. It's up 30%. Congratulations. Are you still holding?
Yes. Oddity is amazing because everyone's looking for the next artificial intelligence AI play. Oddity is Sephora, Ulta, but using artificial intelligence, and it works, using AI to come up with brands for makeup, cosmetics, and customizing, and that's the world that we're entering into. So this is AI applied. So Oddity, stay with it. It came out and IPO'd way, when no one was coming out and
right.
buying IPOs, right. And so that's why, under the radar, as you were saying.
Amazing call. So before I let you go, we talked about these big names. The biggest of them all in terms of influence reports next week. NVIDIA, I want to let the audience know that of the last 6 quarters they reported, a week later the stock was up 15%. Only once was it down. The quarter before that down 4, but it was up 5, 24, 9, 3. So the last 5 or 6 times they've reported this stock has rocketed higher. Of course, things have changed since then. What are you doing? Are you buying, selling, holding into this earnings report?
I am holding the NVIDIA I have. I did cut back about 2 months ago on my NVIDIA. NVIDIA will probably rocket again, but everyone out there on the street is wondering, why did NVIDIA go on 60 Minutes and tout themselves? Is it an acquisition they're going to do, or is there some disappointment coming?
To that point, when I went on this site today, the first thing they talk about is an event, the dawn of new industrial revolution. That's in June. Sometimes you have that to buttress, to mitigate a disappointment just in case earnings are disappointing. Hilary, thank you very much. Appreciate it.